If you have been with this channel for a while, you know that I've always wanted one of these crazy, weird, and arguably unattractive cars. And in September of 2018, I finally brought one home. Finding the ideal Baja is no easy task, and there were so many configurations to choose from. In my case, I specifically wanted one in yellow with the manual transmission, just like you saw in the commercials back in the day. In fact, it took months of searching and hours poured over Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist that eventually led me on a 14-hour round-trip drive all the way to Michigan.
As this video is released, the year is 2023, making the Baja 20 years old, so happy birthday.
And with a 20-year-old car, and especially a northern one at that, its age is extremely visible. Over the years, this little trucklet went through an exuberant amount of repairs, work, and modifications. And seeing as it's from the Salt Belt, this car has experienced a lifetime of rust, including seized bolts, frozen ball joints, and completely rusted out subframe. At the time, it wasn't about the money, it was about keeping a rare car alive and keeping it on the road, as you don't see these very often anymore. This little Subaru has taken me further than all the other vehicles I've ever owned. Together, we've conquered long nights and many miles in road trips, and through many different types of terrain, such as rock, salt, sand, mud, and snow. All of my expectations were blown away at every turn, even though I would sometimes bite off more than I could chew. When I brought this car home, it only had 100,000 miles on it. But because it was my daily driver, that quickly turned into 200,000 on the chassis and 100,000 on the motor swap. It's gotten to the point where something is always broken, something needing fixed or replaced every other weekend. More so if I've taken it off-road or on road trips. I have to drive 50 miles to work every day. Driving a lifted modified Subaru has started to get expensive, especially when the H6 motor is asking for premium gasoline. Along with all of that, I hate putting that many miles on such a unique, rare car. Sitting back and thinking about all that I've been through with this Subaru, and thinking about selling it, leaves me kind of emotional, which might sound a little weird to non-car people, but I've become pretty attached to it.
Every scratch that I put into this car is another reminder of something that we've been through. And after thinking about all this, I would really hate selling the car. I would hate for anyone else to drive it because I know it best. So if anything happened to the... Wait!
After thinking about all of this, I have come to the conclusion that I would regret selling this goofy Subaru for the rest of my life. After all, this car is one of the founding fathers to this YouTube channel. And even though I secretly think this car likes to break itself, it gives me the most miles per gallon, opposed to its 23 actual miles per gallon. But that does leave some standing issues of long drives to work every day, and needing a new vehicle that isn't going to need much repair attention. Modified vehicles definitely bring a lot of enjoyment, but most considered upgrades are a trade-off to some degree, and going back to a stock vehicle will feel like a breath of fresh air. In another video that George and I did, we talk about how many cars a person should have, and I think we hit the nail on the head pretty well. Having a couple cars for different occasions is definitely a good thing.
So where does that leave me? I need a more fuel-efficient daily driver, preferably something new that I don't have to work on every other weekend, and as a last requirement, it has to look as weird as the Subaru Baja.